Oh my god. What the heck? What's up, guys? Goodness. What is up? Holy cow. Welcome. Planet Zoo. So yesterday we got into a little bit of some Jurassic World Evolution, which we're not done with. That is awesome. I played it a little bit today on my own, and I got up to like 6 million. Like, it's crazy. It's so fun. So yeah, so I wanted to check out this game because I usually hate games like this. I just don't see a point to it. But I enjoyed it so much yesterday that I went ahead, got Planet Zoo, and here we are. We're trying it out. So I went ahead. Let's see here. What's this? Medium. Okay, so this is the tutorial. I guess. So let's do it. Let's just get into it. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. Oh man, here we are.
Heyo at Hematu. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I have a habit of slipping back into the Planko language. It's good to finally meet you in person. I'm Bernard, although I insist you call me Bernie. The only person who calls me Bernard is my wife. And even then, only when I've tracked elephant dung into the carpets. As you know, I own several zoos, but I always like to show people the ropes here at my home. This is the first zoo I ever opened, and a source of great pride for me. And prides, thanks to a lion breeding program we ran in the 80s. But we're in the middle of a big renovation, and that's where you come in. Sadly, our old contractor had to retire after developing a fur allergy. Poor devil kept sneezing his dentures into the lion habitat. So, it's up to you to finish everything off.
This is gonna be awesome.
Don't worry, though. I'm not completely throwing
This
you into the
already
deep end.
looks
My
crazy.
headkeeper, Nancy Jones, will be lending a helping hand. Oh, she's a hard worker. And she'll
Guy in the
expect
tiger
you to be
costume.
too. But I'm sure you'll get along like a house on fire, or even better, one that isn't on fire.
Look at the glass
Less
walls right
shouting
there. That is
that
so
way.
freaking cool. I'm just looking at all the different things that we can do, and this is crazy, right? Like,
Hello there. From that rosy, fresh face of
I
yours,
believe that
I'm
the controls
guessing
are the
you're
same.
Bernie's new hire.
Yep.
Good. Now, I hope you're ready to ditch your diploma because we're about to get really hands-on. But before we begin the real work, how about we familiarize you with the zoo by learning how to fly around it and visiting some of our beautiful animals? We'll start by popping over and having a look-see at the grizzly bears in their habitat.
Grizzly bears. So this guy. Yeah, so the controls are the exact same as the as the other one. As the Jurassic World.
Did you know that grizzly bears, also known as Ursus arctos horribilis, can
Animal
hibernate for
camera.
up to 7 months a year? Oh, but then again, given the chance, I think a lot of people would do that too. Select
Right.
one of the bears and you'll bring up its information panel.
There we go. Locate the West African lion habitat. This guy.
See now, this is a fantastic way to get a close look at your animals. You can also get this view of an animal by simply double-clicking on it. Okay, when you're ready,
there
let's
we go.
pop over to the other side of the zoo and take a look at the lions. I've marked their location for you to find.
Alright, there we go. Right, and
Panthera
then
Leo
now we have
Leo.
to
All the
locate
West
the
African
empty
lion
habitat.
to you and me.
Empty habitat. I
Lions
can't
are the
talk over
most
this.
social of the big cats, and there can be as many as 40 lions in a pride. Although prides of that size are pretty rare. As Bernie would say, those lions are awesome. Which is precisely why I handle the training instead these days. Anyway, how about we get started on those objectives? Come on, let's head over to an empty habitat and see what needs doing there.
Look how cool this looks. Two new common warthogs. Okay.
As you can see, it's a lovely space for animals, but it's missing a certain
Animal training.
something. Well, two somethings. Warthogs. So I'd like you to adopt a pair of them. To adopt animals, we need to open the animal market, which is in the animal trading section.
Alright, and then...
There we are, a pair of perfectly splendid warthogs for our zoo. Just click on them and select Adopt from the side menu. Normally the animal exchange would be full of animals, but I've emptied out the market while you learn how it works. The last thing I need is you accidentally ordering a dozen elephants.
Alright, awesome. So these are going to be delivered here.
When you adopt an
Like,
animal,
this
it's
is so
automatically placed in a
awesome.
trade center,
Like,
where
we
they're
have a
held
wood
until you're
fence,
ready to move them into their
brick wall,
habitat, which,
and then
as it happens, you
a
are.
wire fence.
So how about you move them into their new home?
All the different lights. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Like magic.
When you ask
There we
for an
go.
animal to be moved into a habitat, your caretakers will go to the trade center, collect your animal, and deliver them to your selected habitat. I've marked the trade center's location, so let's go and watch the caretakers in action.
Oh, what? I don't know what we're supposed to do, but whatever. That is freaking awesome. Look at that. Alright. Over here. Trade center.
Well, as you can see, those caretakers don't hang about. They'll move those animals to their destination as fast as possible. Of course, normally we'd have to place the animals into quarantine before moving them into a habitat, but I am assured by a person of good standing that these warthogs are in the very rudest of health. Right, let's get the warthog's habitat finished up so we can keep them nice and happy. You see, each animal in the zoo has an overall welfare statistic, basically how happy they are. And that overall welfare statistic is itself comprised of 4 different areas: nutrition, social health, habitat, and enrichment. Luckily, if you select an animal, you'll bring up their animal welfare information panel, which we saw earlier, where you can see how they're doing. That way, you'll know exactly what areas need to be addressed. Don't worry if that's a lot to remember. You can always check the Zoopedia for more information.
There's a lot of information to learn. Way more than the Jurassic Park one.
Let's start by making sure we're taking care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to place a food station and a drinking station. Now, Each animal requires a different type of feeding station. And for the warthogs, it's a small feeding trough. So let's add one of those and a water bowl.
Right. Food trough. Right. I think we should place it over here. And then a water bowl. Put that right next to it. Right.
Animals also require stimulation to keep them happy. Let's add a lovely mud bath for the warthogs to roll around in. That bath will count towards their enrichment welfare, specifically their toy enrichment welfare.
Do that over there. How happy are they? Nutrition and enrichment.
Oh,
that should go
nice work. You've got a knack for this, I see. Now, our contractor had to leave in a hurry, so this place is in a feral state. Unfinished thingamajigs and whatsits all over the shop. But the first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos.
Over near hippos? We have hippos? Oh my god, we do. Look at that. Now there's a way where we can walk around and be a person. Go about the park. Alright. What are we doing over here?
Oh, before we actually start building our ostrich habitat, let's pause the game. Just click the pause button in the bottom right corner.
Oh, okay. Add a habitat
That's
gate.
more like it.
Habitat.
A quick break. Sometimes it's a good idea to pause the game whilst you're doing something which requires your concentration, because it'll stop the zoo spinning out of control while you're looking the other way. Let's keep the game paused while we get this ostrich habitat built. Okay, job number 1 here is to add a habitat gate before we complete the barrier. Every habitat needs a habitat gate. After all, how else would the keepers get in and out? Just make sure it's hooked up to the path so the keepers can reach it.
Alright. So now...
Right, let's complete the perimeter barrier so we can adopt us some ostriches. I've marked out an area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish off the perimeter using the brick barrier.
What am I supposed to do? Wait a minute. Okay. I mean, I'm trying to get this as straight as possible. There.
Good work!
God.
Remember, before you can place animals in any habitat, it has to have a full loop of connected barrier. Now, you've probably
gonna see
noticed
them?
that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment. At least not without a stepladder. But seeing as they're banned, I'd like you to select a piece of barrier and swap out the brick for a
Okay.
glass barrier, so the
Barriers.
guests can see in.
Glass. Let's do that one up to that one. So it didn't.
There we go. Adding in more windows gives guests even more opportunities to see the animals in a habitat. It's
so
always
cool.
best to make sure the guests can get a good view into a habitat from the path they're walking on, because it makes them happy, and because this would be a pretty terrible zoo if they couldn't. The last thing we need to do is to add a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy the
Absolutely.
view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point. Donation boxes are one of the main sources of income for the zoo, so make sure you remember them.
And pause the time. Alright. Oh, we need to get 4 common
By the way,
ostriches.
as well as
Animal
pausing the
trading.
game, you can speed the game up by clicking on the fast forward
Okay,
button.
4?
It'll run everything at 2 times and 5 times faster. It can be useful, especially if you're waiting for money to accumulate or for animals to be delivered to your habitat. Personally, I use it when I'm waiting for a brew to finish. All right, you've finished the habitat, so it's high time we adopted those ostriches, don't you think? Let's get 4 of them in here.
2, 3.
While we wait for them to be collected by the caretakers and brought to the habitat, you should get it ready for them. Add a suitable feeding station, water station, and an appropriate food enrichment
There's
item.
1.
It's
There's
often
2.
best to place things like enrichments and feeding
There's
stations
3.
near to the habitat perimeter, so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
That's 4. Heck yeah. Alright, so. I guess a small water trough. Alright, that'll work. Then a large food bowl. I don't know, maybe that?
Oh,
we
good
did
to
it.
see the ostriches have somewhere they can really stretch their legs. Did you know they can actually run at 43 miles per hour? Oh, heaven forbid they ever escape. The speed camera fines alone would bankrupt us.
How do we...
Well, Bernie
Whoa.
certainly seems impressed. Did he do his speed camera joke? Every time we get an ostrich.
That's pretty cool.
So, now we've made the ostriches' lives a bit better, let's do the same for the keepers, shall we? To make it easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut. Keeper huts are where the keepers prepare the food for animals, so they should be placed near to the habitats to
Keeper
make
hut.
sure the keepers don't waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals.
Okay, rotate 90.
You'll need to rotate the keeper hut to get it to connect up to the path.
Oh, I see. Okay. Very cool, very cool. Where's Keeper Hut?
This keeper hut
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
only has space for one keeper, but the larger keeper hut can allow multiple keepers to prepare food at the same time. Oh, but bear in mind that keeper huts and other staff facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests. Guests don't like seeing facility buildings, and it can affect their happiness.
Okay.
Negatively. In case that wasn't clear. Something that all facilities, shops, and a whole host of other objects need is power. And that obviously includes your newly built keeper hut. So let's place a transformer next to it, shall we?
See, it needs a path.
Now, the reason everything has gone blue is because you're using the power heat map. This map allows you to see what is and what isn't powered in your zoo. So, once you've placed your transformer, you can click in the bottom left to turn the heat map off.
Okay. Gotcha. So these
Lovely
lights right
work.
here aren't getting power.
Now the keepers can start using the
That's
hut
not
to
good.
prepare food, and thanks to where you've put it, they won't need to walk very far to deliver it to the ostriches and hippos. let's get on to your next objective
These
then.
guys are straight up just
Bengal
sitting on the bottom.
tigers. We want to adopt some, but I'm afraid there's nothing ready for them yet. Head on over to the plot of land I've marked out. It's not too far away.
Okay. We're here.
Righty, your next job is to build a habitat. From scratch. And concrete and glass, I expect. So, go ahead and build it.
Right.
Just make sure that the habitat includes that big hole we've dug. Oh, and don't forget to add a habitat gate to the barrier.
Okay, let's do this.
Oh, and make sure the guests will be able to see the tigers.
Fine. Oh, here we go. Make this super easy. Boom. Boom. Okay. And then do that. Then we're gonna put this bad boy
Now,
right there.
Bernie takes safety very seriously at his zoos, so we should
Okay.
probably make sure those tigers can't jump out of their habitat, don't you think? The way we'll do it is by changing the height of the habitat's barrier. Okay then, you should start by double-clicking the habitat barrier, which will take you into barrier editing mode.
Glass. And over here, do glass. Okay.
Great. Now highlight the entire perimeter of the habitat. You can do that by clicking and dragging the barrier selection tool.
Oh shoot. There we go.
Now you've got all of the perimeter selected, you can increase the height of it by clicking and dragging the barrier height tool upwards. You'll want to make sure it reaches a height of at least 3.7 meters.
3.7 should be there, so we're gonna do 4.07. Just in case, you know?
Now that the habitat is in place, don't forget to put down a donation box near to your viewing areas. We need every dollar we can get. Especially as these tigers aren't exactly eating instant noodles for lunch.
Okay, and then habitat facilities. Do a donation
Okay,
box
that's
there.
the habitat boundary complete, the habitat gate's in place, and most importantly, the tigers won't be able to jump out of it anymore. I think it's time we adopted those tigers.
Alright, what is that? Oh. Alright, let's grab ourselves tigers.
Whilst our trusty
there.
caretakers collect and deliver the tigers, let's take a look at preparing the habitat for their arrival. We'll start with the basics. Add a suitable feeding station for them.
Food tray. large. Okay.
This time,
food tray is in
instead of
place.
adding a water bowl, let's try something different. Some animals need a pool in their habitat so they can go for a swim, but they can also use it to drink from. All you have to do is make sure the banks of the pool have a gentle slope so they can easily get a nice, refreshing drink. There's already a pool excavated, but you still need to fill it with water. You should do that by going into terrain and selecting the water tool.
There
Yes,
we go.
that'll do nicely. Of course, just like the warthogs and ostriches, these tigers will also need some enrichment. Why don't you add some suitable toy and food enrichment items into their habitat?
There you go. Alright. You're doing alright.
Okay, it's really starting to take shape. Now, the tigers will need a shelter in their habitat so they can hide from the guests, or
Habitat.
more likely the bad weather. Although given that we're in England, you might want to think of that just as normal weather. Go on, add a shelter to their habitat.
There you go.
You can either build one
It'll
from
be out of
various
the-
suitable bits and bobs, or if you like, just pop down the blueprint that I've already built for you.
Do that. We're gonna put it out of the, like, where they can't see in. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Oh, poor Dabs.
Terrain.
I'm sure it can't have escaped your attention that the tigers look a bit miffed. That's because they aren't too keen on the type of terrain in their habitat. Select a tiger and bring up its information panel.
Where? Tiger. Terrain.
Rightio, click on the terrain tab. That way you can view the terrain information and see how they feel about the different types of terrain. That'll tell you what the tigers
Grass.
need more of or less of in this habitat.
Less long grass and more soil. Okay. So less long grass.
Okay then, open
we
the
go.
terrain editing tool, select painting, and give them some more soil. Yes, that should help with the habitat part of their welfare.
Hold on. Okay. Heavy soil?
Right then,
There
all
we go.
animals need plants and trees from their own biome or continent. Well, you know, deserts, savannas, Eurasia, Europe, that sort of thing. It looks like these tigers need a few more plants in their habitat. To
we
get
go.
a perfect fit,
Okay.
use plants from the rainforest and temperate
Coverage.
biomes that are native to Asia.
Africa.
Although if you
Okay.
have to, you can get away with using just one or the other.
Nature.
The tigers will also want a certain amount of their habitat to be covered by those plants. To find out which plants to use and how many, select a tiger and go to the Environment tab.
Filters. Biome.
Now, as you can see, some of the plants currently in the habitat aren't quite right for the tiger, like the wattle bushes. You can remove them if you want. You can find all of the
Tropical
plants you need in the nature section,
and
and you
temperate.
can use the filters to only show the types of plants you want to see. In this
Okay.
case, that's plants from the rainforest or temperate biomes.
Very nice, very nice. Let's get a couple holly trees in here. There we go. Okay. Get some cork wood. Holly tree. Oh, that's a pretty cool looking tree. Alright. There we go, look at this.
They say that good fences make good
Scenario.
neighbors. I guess
There
that's
we go.
doubly true when one of the neighbors is a Bengal tiger. Still, those tigers look so happy that I doubt they'd leave, even if you did poke a hole in their fence. Oh, but for heaven's sake, don't test that theory.
It's crazy looking. Awesome. Alright, I believe that we are fairly ready to go off
Right.
and start our
Let's
own.
head over to the Indian peafowls. I've been told that we need to improve their social welfare.
No. Go away. Go here. Exit to main menu. Oh, we pretty much learned the basics. Alright, here we go. Alright, so those are all the scenarios. Here we go. The apprenticeship. Career scenarios. Okay. I don't know how we start. Oh. That's me. Gotcha. Okay. Let's do Brownco. I'm ready. Ooh, claim it. I don't know what that's for, but new zoo. Okay. I'm gonna do temperate. North America. Medium, name zoo. Animal Kingdom. Here we go. All right. We start off with $40,000. Whoa, okay. Okay. Wow. All right. Wow, look at all of this stuff. Guest gate. So the red brick seems to be... Oh no, the wood logs. Okay, let's do this one. We'll make it to where... paths. I really want... Ooh. Potter path. That's crazy. Raised stone. I want like a fancy looking path, you know? Beach boardwalk. Rustic. Yes, let's do the rustic. Okay. Have to be as straight as possible. 3. Okay. So I'm gonna leave all this up here for guests and stuff. Wow, so you really like have almost everything unlocked already. It's all about money. So an information center, that's $2,000. Alright. Let's go ahead and let's start work on our first enclosure. And actually, before we do, you must have at least one trade center in your zoo. Ooh, facilities. Okay, so we're gonna need a trade center. Animal trade center. Oh, here, you know what? Hold on. Somewhere we have like an employee only path or something, right? Path. Staff paths. We're gonna make it red. Okay, we'll do 2 facilities. Okay. We'll do 1 there. We're gonna need staff room. Okay. And then we're gonna need power, right? Staff facilities. Okay. Keeper hut. To the keeper hut. Trade center. Oh, we're gonna need quarantine. Research. Veterinary. 4,000. Workshop. Do that there. Nature. Let's see, can we do perfect? That helps hide all of those. Okay. Now, animal trading. Let's see what's on the market. African buffalo with elephants. Okay. Wild dog. I think the wild dogs would be pretty cool. Alright. They released the wild. Okay, well, yeah. Size gene. Let's see here. This animal cannot be exchanged after adoption. Okay, that's fine. It's an adult. It's a female. Longevity gene. Okay. Utility. Okay, that's good. I don't think that we really want pups. It's a really, really good one, though. Okay. We're gonna grab him. Or her, sorry. Her. Oh, and then we're gonna grab him. He seems to be pretty nice. Oh, 800. Oh, I see. Okay. So those are the leaf things. Okay, we're gonna have 2 girls then. Unless we have any boys that are for cash. Oh, the boys are 1,000. Okay. Wild dogs. The Zoopedia. Wild dogs, are also known as African hunting dogs or painted wolves. They live throughout sub-Saharan Africa. The continent has several different populations and 5 subspecies in total. The dogs are slim and tall. Hold on, African dog, body. They are endangered. That is no bueno. No bueno. Alright, well, conservation groups such as range-wide conservation program for cheetah and African wild dogs are protecting wild dogs by improving coexistence between dogs and humans and assisting in land use planning that will give dogs more hunting space to allow their population size to expand. That is awesome. Okay, natural habitat. Species data. Let's see here. Social. Group size up to 27 males, up to 9 females. So 2 to 27, right? So we have 2. We bought 2. So that'll be good, but they're both females, so I don't know how that'll go. Okay. I think we're fairly okay and ready to start this. So let's go ahead, let's grab this. I think the wood logs are gonna be pretty cool. Okay, we don't need a crazy big barrier. Like, I think that's more than enough. You gotta remember, we're gonna pay for this. Now, I do want to give them space to roam, though, so I'm gonna do there. Okay, that. Alright. Let's get ourselves out of all of that. Okay. Now we have to add habitat gate. Put that down there. Okay. The chain link fence is climbable. Although it's nice and cheap, I think what I'm gonna do is make both of these glass. Grab all of that. And then raise this up to 4.0. I don't know how high they can jump. Probably should have looked into that, but I think we'll be good to go. Okay. 23,000. Terrain. Sculpting. Push. Okay, here we go. So I wanna give them like a little pond. I think they'd like that. Right? Yeah. I think so. Like a shallow area over here. Smooth it all out. Okay. There we go. So that'll give them like a little splash pad and then deeper waters in case they want to go for a nice little swim. Alright, and then... Okay. Habitat. Enrichment. Beds and shelters. Bedding. But we don't seem to have shelter. Okay, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. We go here. You get out of my way. Storage. Can I? Okay. This guy. There. Okay. And we ought to see them walk into here. Oh, well, if I played it, I think that would help. We would have been waiting there for a while. Where's... I know that they said that they'd have to go through quarantine. I didn't think that it'd be that long though, right? Oh, shoot, I didn't see which one that was. Okay. I need to do this one there. Okay. Year 1. Sixth, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Arriving in 19 months. Whoa. Oh, we're losing so much money. Okay. Why won't they arrive? What's going on here? Quarantine? Inefficient. Things in there. Do we have any staff hired? Like, that's probably why. Okay. How do we hire staff? This is great. I don't even know how to hire people. I mean, this is just fantastic. Okay. Exhibit animal, stuff like that. Founded Zoopedia? Ooh. These are all the animals that we can get? What the heck? Oh, that's crazy. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Staff. Caretaker. We need a keeper. We need a mechanic. Security. We need a vendor. Veterinarian. And then we can have an educator. Yeah, they should all have tasks to do, right? Work zones. Man, do we have to assign them? Oh, there they go. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. There we go. They're coming now. Sweet. Okay, those are the 2 wild dogs. Alright. Oh, habitat. Terrain. Hard shelter. Terrain. So they don't like tall grass at all. They like the short grass. So let's focus on that. Nature. Oh, that'd be in terrain. And short grass. Okay, I was worried that that wouldn't give us like a live feedback whenever it was paused. We're good. So let's quickly get rid of all of this tall grass. They damn near like none of it. And I don't know what to do for hard shelter, to be honest. Okay. Here we go. And then soil. Need like quite a bit of soil so we can spread this out. About the habitat. There we go. Okay. Almost no rock. That's okay though. Okay. Terrain 100%. Overview. Okay, so habitat. So hard shelter and enrichment, obviously. Okay, so with the shelter, I have an idea, right? Then we can probably do it back here. How big is this? Oh yeah, that's what we want. Okay. Kind of do it off in the corner. Right. There we go. I want to build them like a little... just a little cave. Okay. Boom. Okay. I mean, this is kind of working. Ooh. Thing is huge. Okay, here we go. There's some bedding, and then do like a little. Oh, get that out of here. Okay. I have no clue whether this is gonna work. Oh gosh, okay. Well. Hard shelter hasn't gone up. However, that's a pretty cool place. Okay. So we got them that. Alright. Environment. Coverage. So they don't like a lot of coverage. However. Bio. Emperor? Where are they from? Nope. Grassland. Grassland. Oh, boa tree. Gives a lot of coverage. Holy cow. A lot more than I would have wanted. Like a lot. Holy jeez. There. Okay, that's about all the coverage that we can do. Whoa. Okay. And then we still have $21,000. I want to try to do this. Make it look as good as possible. Right. Try to make this look as natural as possible. Have some in the water, you know. Alright, then let's see here. Cattail, reeds. Very nice, very nice. All right. Some color in here. I think I want to put that in. And then whatever those are. Alright, well there's our little habitat for the doggos. Alright, so enrichment. Let's see here. Enrichment. Okay. What they like? Toys. We haven't really learned a lot. So, I mean, this might be. Hmm. And this is where we come in. Not only throw that down, throw that one in there. Got ourselves like a little platform. Be pretty cool, right? Yeah. Okay, food and water. Okay. I mean, they're fairly small. Okay. Do that, and then water bowl. Small. Which, as a matter of fact, there's like a split. I just had to pull it back. All right. Okay. All right. Terrain. To cover all animals. I don't know how to do that. Alright, well. Oh. Well. There you go. Get out the rain. At 56%. It's fairly decent. There you go, go in. I put more than enough bedding in there. There we go. Oh, hold on. Facilities. There we go. I'll put 3 donation boxes. We'll put benches next to each one. And then... Uh-oh. Lights. Or lights. Habitat. Oh, it's not in there. Some of these blueprints. I have no clue where the lights would be. Got to be honest, but we are losing money. Finances. All right. Income. $228. Taxes $220. Ongoing expenses. Holy cow. Staff wages are a bit ridiculous. And purchases. So we're losing a lot of money. Damn. Well, I hope that y'all have enjoyed Oh my gosh. Wow. This like, I'm blown away on how much fun I'm having with these games, honestly. I never ever would have thought that I'd be having this much fun on this type of game. Like this is crazy. Um I'm obviously more of the first person shooter, racing, open world, stuff like that, but this is a lot of fun. But until next time, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed. There's a lot to do. We still have the Jurassic World one. There's so much to cover in that one. We're still on the first island. Um, Now we're gonna come back to this one, and then we have many other games. But until next time, I hope that you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, do all of it. It's free. It's easy. It's simple. Please. Alrighty, guys. Till next time.